Some breaking news for you on TikTok, and the US Supreme Court has ruled that it will be banned.
That Elon Musk also founded XAI, and that could also benefit from the huge amounts of data that's being generated by TikTok.
Despite having a large user base of almost 200 million, the future of TikTok in the United States is hanging by a very thin thread. A ban is expected to be enforced in a few days, but there's one saving grace.
Also happening right now is that showdown over TikTok. A federal ban could go into effect one day before President-elect Trump takes office.
U.S. citizens won't lose their access to TikTok if ByteDance sells the platform to a willing American investor. There have been rumors that the potential buyer is Elon Musk, but the question on everyone's mind now is it true that Musk is officially saving the app? And what will his ownership of the Chinese platform look like? Join us as we reveal the truth behind Elon Musk's plan to save TikTok from the looming ban. Elon Musk, the rescuer. In case you had doubts, it is official. TikTok will be banned in the US in a few days unless the Supreme Court accepts a last-ditch effort by its Chinese owner, ByteDance, to declare the looming ban unconstitutional. Amidst the chaos and scrambling, there are rumors that Elon Musk is at an advanced stage of talking to buy TikTok. Elon Musk is not your average billionaire. He doesn't just play with rockets and electric cars. He knows how to turn money into power and influence. And if there is one thing we know about him, it is his appetite for taking risks. Back then, Musk made a bold move that raised several eyebrows. He invested a jaw-dropping $270 million of his own money into helping Donald Trump win the US presidency. Some called it risky, others thought it was genius. Either way, it paid off massively for him. What happened next left all his critics speechless, and here is where the story gets interesting. After Trump's election, Musk's net worth shot up by $170 billion, thanks to growing investors' confidence. The market believes his connection with the incoming president would be a golden ticket for his businesses, and boy were they right. His companies flourished, his bank accounts swelled, and now he's about to buy one of the biggest social media platforms in the world right now. But let's not get too far ahead. Talk about Musk's love-hate relationship with social media. You probably heard when he bought Twitter for $44 billion, which he rebranded as X.
Elon Musk put in an offer of almost $44 billion to buy Twitter, and apparently, we're hearing, it is now a done deal.
That deal wasn't exactly smooth sailing. It was a financial mess. Musk tried to back out of the deal, but the courts forced him to go through with it. He spent a fortune on a platform that wasn't worth nearly as much as he paid. Critics called it a bad business move. Honestly, they had a point. But what many may not know is that Musk didn't see Twitter as a financial investment. He saw it as a megaphone, a tool to amplify his voice and control the narrative. That's the catch. Even though X doesn't make much money, it has made Musk more influential than ever. He can now communicate directly with millions of people without mainstream media. It's a power move, plain and simple. So when rumors started flying that Musk would buy TikTok, people couldn't help but wonder, is he going to do it? Here's why it's a big deal. TikTok is a global phenomenon with over 1 billion users. In the US alone, there are more than 170 million TikTok users. That's almost half the population. And unlike Twitter, TikTok makes serious money. We're talking about billions in revenue, even though its parent company, ByteDance, keeps the exact numbers a top secret. For Musk, taking over TikTok would mean stepping into an even bigger arena, a chance to control one of the biggest video streaming social media platforms.
Well, Elon Musk says he's giving serious thought to building a new social media platform.
But Musk has been unusually quiet about TikTok. Normally, he's quick to share his thoughts, even controversial ones. This time, though, there's radio silence. Some say that's a sign he's not interested. After all, he's already juggling a lot. Launching rockets, electric cars, AI projects, running X, and of course, he has a new appointment in the federal government. Does he want to add another massive project to his plate? He's got the money for it, so there's no question about that. Even after buying Twitter, Musk's wealth is beyond imagination, and he's shown time and again that he's not afraid to make risky financial moves. But would TikTok be worth the risk? That's the billion-dollar question. But first, how did TikTok find itself in this hot seat? The full details of TikTok's fall from grace will shock you. Why is TikTok under fire? TikTok has become the go-to platform for people of all ages to share quick videos, from funny dances to tutorials. But TikTok has been under fire in the United States for over a year due to ties to China. The Senate is also concerned about its potential risks to national security. It's a platform that comes with a lot of baggage, but also a lot of potential. For someone like Musk, who loves controversy and challenges, TikTok could be both a problem and an opportunity. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Right now, Musk is playing his cards close to his chest. He hasn't made any public statements about TikTok, and there's no concrete evidence that he's planning to buy it. If there's one thing we know about Musk, he loves to keep people guessing. TikTok got caught in a bigger game, a showdown between the US and China heating up by the day. Here's the deal. TikTok's parent company, ByteDance, is based in China. This has raised anger among US lawmakers, who are worried about how much control the Chinese government might have over the app. For a moment, forget the lip-syncing videos and viral dance challenges. It's about data. TikTok collects much of it, and critics are concerned that sensitive user information could fall into the wrong hands. Let's break it down. Every time you like a video, scroll through your feed, or upload a clip, TikTok collects data. That data includes what you watch, how long you watch, your location, and even some details about your device. This isn't unusual. Most social media platforms do the same thing, but TikTok is different because of its ties to China. The fear is that the Chinese government could demand access to this data, creating a national security risk. If you think these concerns are empty, you must return to 2020. President Trump confirmed that intelligence assessments reveal that TikTok threatened national security, although the ban didn't hold up in court. Fast forward to today, and the Biden administration takes a more strategic approach. Lawmakers are pushing for strict regulations or even a forced sale to a US-based company. This brings us to the heart of the issue: trust. Can TikTok be trusted with user data? The company has repeatedly said yes, insisting it doesn't share data with the Chinese government. It even launched Project Texas, an effort to store US user data on servers within the United States managed by an American company.
American data stored on American soil by an American company, overseen by American personnel. We call this initiative Project Texas.
The goal was to calm fears and show that TikTok protects user privacy, but not everyone believes them. According to data experts, there's always a risk as long as ByteDance owns TikTok. Under Chinese law, companies can be forced to hand over data to the government if requested. That's a hard fact to ignore, fueling bipartisan support in Congress for tougher action against TikTok. That is not all. TikTok has also been accused of spreading misinformation and allowing harmful content to thrive. For instance, do you know that TikTok has a powerful algorithm that decides what videos you see? Now, that algorithm can create echo chambers and spread divisive content. To be fair, TikTok has taken steps to moderate its platform, but it's still a major concern for lawmakers and regulators. Now let's look at the other side. For all its controversies, TikTok has become a cultural phenomenon. The platform has helped promote music, fashion, and political discourse. Artists use it to launch careers, brands to reach younger audiences, and activists to organize and spread messages. It helps in every aspect of our daily lives, which is why the idea of banning it feels like a double-edged sword. Can young Americans live without TikTok? What if Elon Musk refuses to buy TikTok? Should Elon Musk decide not to buy TikTok, media experts believe many business, private, and professional lives will suffer. If TikTok were to disappear tomorrow, millions of creators would lose their primary platform. Companies would lose a key marketing tool.
There are millions of small businesses, quite a few here in Iowa, whose owners say banning that app could just be a haymaker to their livelihoods.
And users would lose the space for creativity and connection. This is why some people argue that banning TikTok is not the answer. Instead, they call for stronger regulations to address the risks without destroying its benefits. Nice idea. Well, it's not so right. The truth is that even with stronger regulations, trust is hard to rebuild. The Senate believes that no amount of oversight can eliminate the risks as long as ByteDance remains its owner. This is where the idea of a forced sale comes into play. If TikTok were owned by a US-based company or an individual like Elon Musk, the Senate is ready to withdraw the law banning it. Do you know why ByteDance has been reluctant to sell it off? A forced sale is easier said than done. ByteDance has invested billions in building TikTok into what it is today, and it won't let go without a fight. Also, remember that the Chinese government has signaled that it would oppose any move to force ByteDance to sell TikTok. Now, why would Musk even consider stepping into the TikTok story? One word: opportunity. TikTok, for all its challenges, is a cultural and technological powerhouse. Its algorithm is unmatched. It is used all over the globe, and its user base is deeply loyal. For someone like Musk, TikTok represents a chance to manage the future of social media while addressing the concerns that have put it on the hot seat. And since the US government insists that TikTok must cut ties with its Chinese parent company, ByteDance, an acquisition by Elon Musk is not entirely out of the question. But what would Musk bring to the table? Elon Musk will change TikTok in ways you never thought was possible. For starters, just look at what he did on Twitter. When Musk acquired Twitter, he did not mention his goal to prioritize transparency and free speech. He released internal communications, changed content moderation policies, and introduced features to give users more control over their experience. While not all his decisions were popular, it shows that he's committed to addressing the long-standing issues of the platform head-on. Musk could apply the same approach with TikTok, focusing on transparency to alleviate data privacy concerns. He might implement robust measures to ensure that user data is stored securely and beyond the reach of foreign influence. Musk himself is not a stranger to technology. He will improve how TikTok's algorithm works, making it less opaque and potentially even customizable for users. Think about how Tesla cooled electric vehicles, or how SpaceX ignited public interest in space exploration. Under Musk's leadership, TikTok could undergo a transformation that addresses its controversies and brings the platform to new heights as a platform for creativity and connection. He could also recast the image of TikTok, turning it from a platform mired in controversy to one symbolizing innovation and resilience. Of course, this wouldn't be without challenges. Musk's takeover of Twitter was anything but smooth. He played off employees. There was backlash and skepticism about his vision. A similar scenario could play out with TikTok, especially given its massive global user base, as we reveal the 10 most shocking prophecies Nostradamus predicted for 2025. You definitely don't want to miss this. Number 10. Revelation of ancient secrets. What would you do if hidden secrets, buried for hundreds of years, suddenly came to light in 2025? This is what Nostradamus, the famous 16th century prophet, predicted. According to his writings, unveiling these ancient mysteries could change everything we think about human history and knowledge. People have long wondered what secrets these mysterious discoveries might have.
As you enter the temple, it's like you're going inside a book. It's literally full of texts. Every wall, every column, every room, every chamber is filled with text.
Some believe forgotten or suppressed texts might contain advanced insights into science, philosophy, or spirituality. With today's technological advancements, we're closer than ever to uncovering long-lost writings in old libraries, sacred temples, or ancient tombs. Others interpret Nostradamus's words as hinting at the discovery of mysterious artifacts, and these are items with unknown powers or technologies far beyond our current understanding. These objects, if found, could shake the foundations of our knowledge about the world and what's possible. What do you think? Do you think 2025 is the year we get to see it all? If you feel this is thought-provoking, wait till you see the next prediction. Number 9. Extreme climate changes. Interestingly, next year could be when nature strikes back with a force we can't control. Nostradamus warned of intense climate changes that could disrupt the planet's balance. He described furious winds and raging seas, leading many to think he foresaw hurricanes, violent storms, and other extreme weather events growing more powerful and frequent. But these aren't just far-off possibilities, because today, we already see stronger hurricanes, severe floods, and deadly wildfires sweeping across the globe.
Wildfires across the American West have served as an urgent reminder of the threat posed by extreme weather, which is often made worse by climate change.
Scientists tell us that as climate change accelerates, these extreme events will likely worsen, bringing even greater destruction and loss. Nostradamus's predictions suggest that 2025 could be a turning point when nature's fury becomes impossible to ignore. In his strange writings, mentions of fire in the sky often refer to wildfires, consuming vast areas and choking the air with smoke. The darkened skies he spoke of may point to pollution and global dimming, a phenomenon caused by pollutants from fossil fuels that block sunlight, changing the atmosphere. But could Nostradamus have foreseen the planet reaching a crisis point? Number 8. The rise of cryptocurrencies. Nostradamus's prophecies hint at a financial world turned upside down by 2025. In one of his mysterious verses, he speaks of copies of gold and silver losing their worth, leading many to believe he foresaw the decline of traditional money like banknotes. Today, we're seeing how inflation and rising global debt weaken the value of physical currency, which aligns with his prediction that paper money might become nearly worthless. But that's not all. Nostradamus also predicted the rise of cryptocurrencies. These copies of gold and silver could represent digital currencies like Bitcoin or Ethereum, which mimic precious metals in their role as valuable assets, but exist purely in the digital world. Nostradamus suggests that by 2025, cryptocurrencies will become even more popular, attracting investors eager to escape the uncertainty of traditional currency. As more people enter this digital world, new cryptocurrencies may appear, and the virtual marketplace known as the metaverse could expand even faster. But certainly, as we approach 2025, we may find ourselves on the brink of a financial transformation unlike anything we've experienced before. Number 7. Prince William reunion. Many years ago, Nostradamus had predicted the reunion of the royal brothers, and for the first time in 80 years, Jupiter has entered Harry's house and family, bringing unpredictable, intense energy. This has sparked rumors that a reunion between the royal brothers, Prince William and Prince Harry, might be possible. The two have grown apart recently, but could this astrological event signal a chance for healing? Prince William, born under the Sagittarius-Capricorn cusp, is a natural leader, but he may only reach his full potential as a ruler later. While dedicated to his duties, his recent anger towards Harry's public attacks on the monarchy suggests that potential reconciliation might not be easy. William has made it clear that he does not trust Harry or Meghan, and sources say he would block any attempts for Harry to return to royal duties. When King Charles was diagnosed with cancer, Harry returned to England to visit him.
We've received breaking news from Buckingham Palace, which has announced that the King has been diagnosed with cancer.
He is also reportedly willing to come back to help with royal responsibilities temporarily, but stepping up in his father's absence, William would not welcome Harry back into the royal fold. William's priority is his family, the monarchy, and his father's health. He believes Harry has betrayed the family, and there's no sign that he will forgive him soon. In his memoir Spare, Harry criticized his family, accusing William of violence and publicly attacking other royals, which deepened the rift. Although King Charles hopes to repair the relationship between Harry and Meghan for the sake of the monarchy, many believe that a full reunion is unlikely. So could Harry ever return to royal duties? The answer we don't know, at least for now. Number 6. Large-scale military conflicts. One of Nostradamus's most intriguing prophecies is that in 2025, the world could face large-scale wars that might push nations to the brink of disaster. His writings, filled with dark imagery of fire and blood in the sky, suggest that these conflicts could involve airstrikes and bombings, leading to devastating effects across multiple countries. With current global tensions between powerful nations, such as the US, China, and Russia, these prophecies may point to the risk of war. Nostradamus seemed to foresee a time when diplomacy failed, and countries turned to violence to solve their issues. His references to great eagles facing each other are often thought to symbolize the US, China, and Russia, whose relationships have worsened in recent years. The possibility of territorial disputes or misunderstandings between these superpowers could ignite a large-scale conflict. The fire in the sky could even hint at nuclear warfare, making such a war even more destructive. Many also believe Nostradamus was predicting a new global war 79 years after World War II ended, particularly over China's rising power. China's aggressive actions in the South China Sea and Taiwan have raised concerns about potential military confrontations involving NATO countries and possibly leading to an all-out war. But is this prediction made by Nostradamus accurate? Let's wait and see. Number 5. The coming of the Antichrist. Nostradamus is famous for predicting the rise of 3 Antichrists, and many believe the third is already among us, ready to bring the apocalypse. The first 2, Napoleon and Hitler, have left their bloody mark on history, but the third, some say, will get a much darker future. People have speculated about who this powerful figure could be. Some point to figures like Donald Trump, Joe Biden, or King Charles, but the true identity remains uncertain. What is clear, however, is that we are living in a time when the battle between good and evil is intensifying. According to prophecy, the Antichrist will be a master manipulator who can easily gain followers and deceive the masses. The Bible talks about many antichrists throughout history. Still, there will be one final ultimate ruler, the true Antichrist who will dominate for a brief time. This person's influence will be overwhelming, making it the final chapter of Satan's reign on earth. As if to reinforce this grim forecast, Nostradamus also predicted extreme natural disasters, long-lasting droughts, floods, and even nuclear disasters. With the world in turmoil, these calamities seem more and more likely, making Nostradamus's visions strangely relevant to today's world. Number 4. Controversy in the EPL. You may not know, but Nostradamus's prophecies have long intrigued football fans. One of his quatrains predicts a dramatic showdown in the Premier League. He refers to the besting of the Eagle, which many believe points to 2 teams, Tottenham Hotspur and Crystal Palace. The eagle represents Crystal Palace, nicknamed the Eagles, while Tottenham's crest features a cockerel. In his vision, Nostradamus speaks of the eagle's wings being poorly finished, suggesting Crystal Palace could face serious financial trouble, possibly due to issues with the Premier League's economic rules. But the most interesting part? He also predicts Tottenham will swoop in, taking advantage of Palace's weakness to strengthen their squad. The prophecy hints at a power shift, with Tottenham seizing the opportunity to outmaneuver their rivals. While some believe this could happen next year, no one can be sure. The quatrain is cryptic, leaving room for multiple interpretations. Number 3. Volcanoes and floods in Brazil. If you're familiar with Nostradamus's prophecies, you will know that his predictions often seem to point toward disaster, and one of his most chilling quatrains hints at a future catastrophe in South America. The passage speaks of a garden of the world near a new city, which many believe refers to Brazil, home to the Amazon rainforest. The prophecy warns of this area being seized and plunged into the tub, which could symbolize severe flooding, but the mention of waters poisoned by sulfur stands out. Many interpret this as a reference to volcanic activity, suggesting that Brazil's mountainous regions might experience eruptions and toxic gases. This is particularly interesting because there have been rumblings in nearby volcanoes in recent years, which left people worried about potential eruptions. While it's impossible to know if Nostradamus had foreseen the dangers of natural disasters striking Brazil, the strange connection between his words and current concerns makes it feel like something catastrophic could happen somewhere in the future. Do you think this prophecy will come true? Number 2. The world leader. Nostradamus, the famous astrologer from the 15th century, made many predictions that still spark interest today. One of his most intriguing prophecies speaks of a powerful leader from the north who will rise to change the world forever. According to Nostradamus, this leader will have a strong, unyielding grip on power, leading to both positive and negative changes on a global scale. Some believe this prophecy could point to a world leader emerging next year who will shake up the existing order and drastically alter global politics. With rising political tensions and divisions in many countries, the stage seems set for such a leader to take charge. This person could challenge the current power structure, creating a new world order. Many are now wondering if this leader is already making their way onto the global stage, or if they are yet to fully reveal themselves. While some point to current leaders with strong control over their nations, others feel the true figure has yet to appear. As we approach 2025, the mystery of this prophecy continues to captivate, leaving us to question if the world is about to witness the rise of this great figure, just as Nostradamus predicted. Number 1. Global natural disasters. Nostradamus had long predicted a series of natural disasters could shake the world in 2025. He spoke of massive earthquakes, floods, and storms that would be unlike anything humanity has ever faced. These catastrophic events would not only affect powerful nations, but also small communities across the globe, signaling an environmental crisis of unprecedented scale. What makes this prediction even more unsettling is how it aligns with today's reality. Experts have long warned that climate change is increasing the frequency and intensity of natural disasters. Rising temperatures, deforestation, and pollution are all contributing factors. Nostradamus's vision might warn about the long-term effects of human actions on the planet. While Nostradamus's prophecies are often symbolic and open to interpretation, many see this warning as a call to action. The natural disasters he predicted for 2025 might not just be signs of disaster, but a wake-up call for humanity to take urgent steps in addressing climate change and environmental destruction. That brings us to the end of this video. What do you think about these strange Nostradamus prophecies for 2025? Early life. Nostradamus's family were originally Jewish, but they converted to Catholicism to escape persecution during the Inquisition. His father was a grain merchant, perhaps foreshadowing his interest in famine. Nostradamus displayed exceptional intelligence from a young age. He received early education from his grandfather, Jean de Saint-Remy, who recognized his potential. Nostradamus also received a unique education in his youth. He mastered the foundational languages of Latin, Greek, and Hebrew, alongside mathematics. This laid the groundwork for his future intellectual pursuits. More importantly, his grandfather taught him astrology and Jewish myth. Though widely debunked today, astrology was very popular in Renaissance Europe. It argued that the movements of bodies in the sky influenced events that happen on Earth. However, we can't discuss the early life of Nostradamus without revealing the foundations of his passion for prophecy. Are you ready to find out? Frustrated by the lack of scientific explanation for the plagues that befell Europe, Nostradamus quickly fell back to astronomy to understand the future through the stars. Nostradamus wanted to be able to foresee whether more plagues awaited the world. His Jewish traditions also played a key role in shaping his worldview. The Jewish background of his family exposed him to rich symbolism and prophecies found in the Hebrew Bible. Nostradamus's formal education was cut short by the bubonic plague, a devastating pandemic that ravaged Europe in the mid-16th century. This event undoubtedly shaped him in many ways. Witnessing the horrors of the plague firsthand may have planted a sense of impending doom and a desire to understand the forces that govern human fate.
When the plague struck the Roman Empire in the 6th century, it went on to kill 25 million people. Eventually, the plague wiped out 60% of Europe.
Nostradamus's adopted surname, Nostradamus, is a Latinized version of his original name, Michel de Nostradam. Some have argued that the bubonic plague he encountered was likely the second wave of the Black Death, a pandemic that wiped out nearly a third of Europe's population in the 14th century. Nostradamus also traveled as a traditional maker of herbal remedies. This must have exposed him to various medicinal plants and their properties. This knowledge likely aided him in his future medical career. Sit tight, as we want to reveal a bitter motivation for his prophetic career.
When the plague devastated France, he became famous for braving the ravaged villages that other doctors left for dead.
In 1531, Nostradamus joined Julius Caesar Scaliger, a prominent scholar in, again, southwestern France. He found personal happiness there, got married, and welcomed 2 children. However, tragedy struck in 1534. While Nostradamus was away on a medical mission to Italy, likely battling the plague, his wife and children succumbed to the very same disease. This devastating loss not only caused personal grief, but also tarnished his reputation in the community and strained his relationship with Scaliger. Saddened by the loss of his wife, let's keep our fingers crossed and see what happens in the coming days. Thank you for staying with us. Do you think TikTok poses a national security challenge to the United States? Share your opinions with us in the comment section. If you enjoyed the video, like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Also, click the following video on your screen, and you will enjoy it.